guys, welcome to episode 2 of No Obstruction. I'm Lindsay, this is Laree, and we have a really special guest today. Autum Kernechel is joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, she is the 2024 Lehigh Valley Player of the Year, as well as you were just selected to the Big Ten All-Freshman team. Yep. She plays at Ohio State. Welcome, Autum.
Thank you.
Please tell us about your playing experience.
So I started playing field hockey when I was in second grade. I played a bunch of other sports like softball, but it was just too slow for me. And we live in Emmaus, obviously, so my parents were like, why don't you try field hockey? Emmaus is known for their field hockey. So I started off by just doing the LMYA field hockey on Sundays, like the high school players run it, and I just fell in love with it. After that, I started doing exclusively field hockey, and then eventually I joined WC Eagles, and I just fell in love with the sport, like the pace of it, everything about it.
And I know you have a special connection with Autum.
Oh, well, first of all, I remember Autum at exclusively field hockey, 7 years old. Like, well, you're probably, I don't know, but you're pretty tall now.
Yeah, you're probably about here.
And she had this huge marshmallow, like, glove on. It was bigger than, like, your entire body. And your mouth guard, it was just, you were so cute. And you were so talented even back then. And I remember, well, you don't remember because you were too little. But I talked to your parents and I said, you got to keep her going in this. She's got the knack a little bit. Like she's going to be excellent. So I remember you from being that little, which is special for us because we each have a daughter that is 7.
Right.
So kind of full circle there. Tell me more about LMYA. What does that stand for, and what did you like about that? What is LMYA?
So LMYA is the Lower Macungie Youth Association, and they run like a little field hockey program. Like I said, it's at the high school on Sundays, and the high school coaches run it. And when I was little, I was 7 years old. Of course, these high school girls, like they are, in my eyes, the best players ever. They are so good, and I really looked up to them. And I still look up to those high school coaches that coached me when I was that little today. And I just thought they were amazing. And it was kind of like a full circle moment because when I was in high school, then I started coaching the little girls. Yeah. And it's also so cool being in that position, coaching those little girls, because you know they're watching everything you do.
Right. And by high school coaches, you mean the players that were playing at the high school at that time, yes. And you know, when we played, I remember the high school girls coaching as well. So when we had to give back and coach, I loved every second.
Well, a little different now. I remember doing that on the grass field somewhere.
It was definitely grass.
It was grass in the outfield somewhere in a swamp, but a little different. But now I actually don't know if they have the high school kids helping as much. But I think if they volunteer, that's always great because it's great to be a role model and make a connection, and that's honestly a lot of what field hockey is about. We have a smaller community, so it's great to make connection. But that's awesome.
That is. So you are currently playing at Ohio State.
Yep.
So since we have preseason approaching for a lot of people, let's get into preseason.
Lindsay loved preseason.
Nerves?
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll go back to that. Nerves are a problem, definitely. But you were a freshman coming in last year.
Yeah.
So you had different expectations because you really didn't know what to expect. So what was your freshman year like coming in?
So I went to school, going to college in June. So I kind of had time to get used to what was going on. Like we had conditioning and stuff, but only a few players were there. So by the time preseason came around, I kind of knew a few girls. I knew what the strength coach was expecting of us, but I was still super nervous, of course, like run tests, like all this new stuff that I've never done before. And it's not high school anymore, it's college, Division I field hockey. So obviously I'm a little nervous, but you just have to have trust in your preparation and believe in yourself. And I think that kind of helped me with the nerves because everyone is going to be nervous no matter what.
Yes, 100%.
So what? Now back in the day, we were talking about this earlier, but you know, you guys now, you have a lot going on at Ohio State probably, and even where I coach, you know, you have like pre-workout, you got to hydrate, you got to get ready, and then afterward, you know, you do your workout, and then afterwards you got to recover, right? It's all about recovery. Let me tell you, when we did high school and college preseason, it was like Your mom dropped you off, the car barely stopped moving, and then you just ran. You had like no water.
No.
We had like a communal hot water bottle.
They
that
were
was passed around.
plastic, and they baked in the sun all day, so when you went to drink it was boiling hot water. So,
There was no recovery.
No.
Food or fuel was not really a thing back then.
Well, my protein bar was a Snickers bar, and my drink of choice was a Coke. So I would drink that and eat that on the way to preseason. So.
I don't think.
No.
You don't
I
want to do
wouldn't
that now.
recommend that, but it worked for me.
Gave you a little jolt, and then it went downhill real fast.
Yeah, it gave me the
old
initial
sugar crash.
30 minutes
Yeah,
of
right.
really...
So what do you think is the biggest difference between high school preseason and college preseason?
I think there's a lot of differences, but also I found playing for Emmaus, there also are a bunch of similarities just because how coach and you run the Emmaus field hockey program, like there's stuff that you're expected to do and you show up and do it. But also in college, like it kind of takes what you did in high school and it 10 more levels up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, recovery, like I never really did anything recovery in high school, but like you are expected to be in the trainer's room, like in the tubs, doing something after practice. And there's so much more that goes into like preseason in college, like your meetings constantly, you're watching film, you're learning how to feel your body in the heat, you're hydrating, we're constantly getting like hydration tested, stuff like that. That's very different from high school field hockey, obviously.
Oh yes. So now that you're going into your sophomore year, what are you expecting? Because you're kind of, after starting all 18 games last season, you're kind of also taking on more of a leadership role as well. So what are you doing to prepare yourself for the sophomore preseason?
I kind of expect to go in and just become more of a leader on the team. Obviously continue to contribute to the team. I'm super excited to get back there. I'm super excited, win some more games this year and just help out the newcomers coming in, and I'm super excited to get back.
Awesome.
Well, let's talk about your coaching.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the coach at Ohio State. Who is he? And tell a little bit about the things you like about him, and just tell us about him.
Yes, so Jared Martin, he's our head coach at Ohio State. I absolutely love him. I've never had a coach like him before. He's a field hockey coach, obviously, pushes us on the field, wants us to be our best, but he also, something I love about him, he pushes us to be our best off the field. He wants us to be the best person we can be on and off the field. He always is talking about how you can be a better person and what you can do to help out the community, which I think is great. And also I think he's very approachable, which is very important in a college coach. Freshman year, my parents sent me off 6 hours away. Jared is almost like my parent. I can go to him for anything, not just field hockey, anything. He's super approachable, and I think that's very nice.
Well, I'm pretty approachable.
Right. Yes, so that's a good segue into recruiting.
So, wait, the first I want to tell a little story about Jared.
Okay, go ahead.
Jared coached at Duke when I coached at UNC. And we're still friends.
Ooh, that's a heated rivalry.
All jokes aside, though, Jared, fantastic. I mean, he's such a great guy. So I'm glad you're there with him. That's great. So carry on.
Well, being recruited, that has to be one main thing that you're looking at, the head coach, when you're looking at a school. So him being the way he was a big draw to Ohio State for you?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes, and the facilities.
Yeah, what else? What did you look for?
What attracted you to Ohio State?
I think one of the big things was the coaches. You're spending every single day with them. Not just the head coach. You also have to love the assistant coaches. You work with them all the time. So you, of course, have to like them. Also, the Ohio State facilities are amazing. I don't think you can get much better than the Ohio State.
Top tier.
Ohio State facilities, so much. Recovery room, it's ginormous. In our training room, we have doctor's office. If you need something, you go there. We have a student athlete dining hall, fueling stations, everything you could possibly need just in our little building, which is obviously amazing. You also have to like the school if you wouldn't play a sport there. My parents really pushed me to make sure I really liked the school. Would you want to go to the school if you didn't play a sport? And Ohio State, I loved it. Just something about it. I just really liked it. And also the girls on the team, like when I went on my visit there, like I could see myself, like I can fit in with these girls, like I could be friends with them. Like I think that's an important part, because sometimes you may go to other schools and you're like, these are just not my girls, you know what I mean?
And what do you want to study at school?
I'm currently studying health sciences, and my plan with that is to go somewhere in the medical field after college.
That's great.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is really great.
another question that I think I wanted to ask you is, a lot of high school players, I think, feel a lot of pressure. There's been some new rules about when the recruiting rules, and they feel just a lot of pressure about making a decision of where to go. You know, can you speak to that and kind of speak to what do you think makes a player recruitable? What are some things other than just the field hockey talent that you think makes someone recruitable?
Firstly, I would say like there's no like perfect timeline. Like whatever kind of works out, it's how it's gonna work out. You're gonna end up where you're supposed to. So like don't think like you have to commit at a certain time. Like that's not the case. And I think coaches are looking for talent, but it's not all talent. It's your attitude. It's how you hold yourself. It's how you interact with your teammates. It's how you interact with your coaches, your parents. I think that's a big part, because that just shows kind of who you are. Your work ethic, I think that's a huge part. Like if you're chasing after every single ball, like you just lost it, that's fine. But how you react to that, I think coaches see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%, yes.
I mean, being a good teammate, being a good leader. We had an interesting topic come up about being a captain. You know, what do you think about being voted captain, not being voted captain? How do you know, and this is geared more toward when you were in high school, but I even know as a coach, you know, you had a lot of players that think they're deserving of that. Maybe they didn't get it, and they still have to. You still have to give it your all. What do you think about that type of adversity? Maybe even specific to your team leadership role. You know, how do you view that?
I think there are many leaders on the team. It's not just the captains. Like for example, I wasn't a captain on the high school team till my senior year, but I still feel like I had a leadership role all throughout my 4 years at high school. You can lead by other examples than just being captain, like leading, like showing up early for practice. That's also being a leader. Giving your best effort, being coachable. I think those are ways you can lead. You can lead by example. And I think that's also very important. And you can also, like, that helps the captain. And I think being the captain is great, but also you can still be a leader not being the captain.
I agree with that. When we were seniors, we had 11 seniors.
Yeah.
So
In high school. Yeah, at 11.
It's really hard trying to find your role.
Yeah.
But leading by example is surely a way to prove that you are a leader on the team.
Yeah.
And I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, we talk a lot about, and I don't know if it's because of social media or certain things, but you know, back then when we were in high school, it was about the team. It was about where we went to school, and it was about the success of the overall group, I would say. And I think sometimes that seems to be getting lost a little bit. It's a lot of individual concern sometimes, I find, at the high school and college level, where really it's what's cool about playing a sport is playing for something, you know, bigger than yourself. And I think that's something Jared has created at Ohio State. Would you agree that that might be similar to your high school experience as well?
I would 100% agree, yeah. It's kind of like when everyone on your team is working towards the same goal, it's so easy just to put the team before yourself, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's a draw too when you're looking at a school and you meet these teammates or future teammates, and they're all in agreement of what your ultimate goal is, and it's probably to host the Big Ten championship and then move on to the nationals. And I just love that.
Yeah. I mean, something else we were talking about is that I've been thinking a lot about lately, just with our own daughters, is the idea of confidence. I think as a coach, a lot of pressure is put on me. I feel like maybe I put it on myself, but parents expect me to make sure that you, if you were my player, have confidence. And while I think that I can put you in situations to build that and encourage you and motivate you, I also think it's the player responsibility to put themselves in situations, push through, gain confidence through experiences, positive self-talk. What do you think about your confidence level, and if it's ever dipped, how have you brought it back up?
I think every athlete loses confidence at some point. It's just a part of sports. You kind of just have to take your failures and learn from them. I think that's the biggest way to build confidence, and always have confidence in your preparation and what you've done before to get to this moment, and just believe in that. And I think that's something that's always helped me.
What would you do for a teammate who has clearly lost her confidence level?
I think just remind them that they're in this place for a reason. Like, if they are on, for example, Emmaus's team, like, you have to do work to be on that team, so you deserve to be here. And just remember that you are part of this team and the team needs you. And you kind of, if you made a mistake, kind of just forget about it, reset, and go out there and try again.
What about injury? Have you experienced any injury, or player friends that have, how do they deal with that?
I think injuries, they're not fun, obviously, but you kind of just have to be there still to support your teammates, and just try to give them energy on the field, and just,
Injuries are difficult.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, especially when you have sports that have a lot of people on the team, you talk about being an energy giver or an energy taker. And some days we can't all be, an energy giver, but we have to help each other out, because that's what's going to make you successful.
I mean, when I went from high school, we lost maybe 2 or 3 years, my entire 4 years of playing at Emmaus. And then I went to college, where we maybe won 2 or 3 games. That is a huge adjustment for somebody that is so used to winning, and then they come into a program that maybe has not won as much. Do you have any kind of advice for someone who maybe is going from such a high to trying to turn a program around?
Yeah. I think just remembering your skills that you're super good at, like maybe you're super fast or you have really good hands, like just focusing on that skill and trying to elevate it and make yourself like really stand out that way. I think like if you get really good at like one little thing, you can help others also get good at that one little thing, and I think that can help a program. And also like just like the energy you give and the work ethic you give, like that can also help as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think something else we wanted to talk about was just balancing everything.
Well, we have an Ohio State scholar athlete.
I mean,
and she is on the national academic squad. So clearly,
have we been there?
I don't think they have that back then.
You know what? Don't look too hard. Don't look too hard.
It doesn't matter.
Things are different. Things are different. But
let's just keep saying that.
Yeah.
But clearly, you're a great student and a great athlete. What do you do to balance those out at such a high field hockey program?
Yeah, that is one thing I definitely had to figure out when I got to school. Very different from high school. Your life in season is field hockey and school. Like that's it, I would say. Sometimes like we would have practice Monday, Tuesday, we're traveling Wednesday, and you're gone till Sunday. So when you have those classes on Monday, Tuesday, like those are your school days. Every day is your school day. But you are expected to keep up with your work and stay on top of your lectures. You're letting your professors know when you're gone. You just have to be on top of your stuff, like just getting your work done ahead of time. And then when field hockey time comes, your focus is all on field hockey. Like you can leave school for a second and your focus is all field hockey, but when you come off the field, then it's school again. That's just kind of how it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes kids, and it's going to happen, but you bring in what happened from your day, and maybe it wasn't so positive, and you come to practice and you let it affect you there. And you should be able to say, okay, there's I'm right here, right now, staying in the moment, which is difficult for us all in any. That's why sports mimics life a little bit, because kids, your day isn't always going to be what you think it should be.
And I always said, once you cross over on that line, everything that's going on with school or personal, it's gone.
Yeah.
Your focus is your team, your goals, field hockey, and I think it gives you a break. It gives you a break from all the stress outside of it. I mean, I'm sure sports causes stress as well, but for me, especially, it was like it's where I got rid of my stress playing sports. And I know that when you're an incoming freshman, we had to do study tables where you have to go and literally work for like 3 hours.
Yeah, there's times like where we're expected just to go and do our work and focus on just school at the time. Yeah.
Right.
What about being homesick? Have you been homesick at all? I know some kids worry about going away.
Yeah.
You know.
I think one of the things like when I was looking at when I was being recruited is, can I see myself being friends with these girls? And I think that is a huge part because, like I said, when you're going 6 hours away from home and you've never been away from home before, that's very hard. But if you can be friends with these girls, like that is your new family. Like I think obviously like at points you get homesick, like you want to come home, but when those are like your best friends, like I would say like you're kind of distracted almost, like you're fine being away at school, and eventually like you really like it. Like I can't wait to go back. Like I'm so excited. Yeah.
Well, I went to school far away in North Carolina, and I remember I don't think my dad came with me, but I remember my mom dropping me off and being like, you know, I said, well, what if I get homesick? But I was so far away. You didn't have a choice. I mean, you were there. It wasn't like you were 10 minutes down the road where you could say, well, I'm going to come home and have dinner or a home cooked meal. I didn't really get that either. But, you know, like you didn't do that. You were away and you were almost just put in this situation. And you had the same thing. You were far away. You couldn't just come home if you were upset.
Right, and then it kind of forced you to adjust to your surroundings and your environment. And you're right, your team is your family.
Yeah.
And I honestly, too, by sophomore year, I was excited to go back as well. Not so much the preseason part, but just getting back on the field and seeing my friends. And it's the life you create. That being said, I mean, college is supposed to be fun, too. So how do you balance like an outside social life with school and field hockey?
I think during season, social life is not
that's locked out.
Not really a thing. But I think you learn to enjoy the little things, like the time with your teammates in the locker room, like traveling, spending time with your teammates in the airport, like things like that you learn just to love. And I would say like my best friends are all the girls on the field hockey team. Like we do everything together. We live with each other. Like our fun time is at night, 15 minutes before we go to bed, we all just hang out for a little bit. Like that's my social life now, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah. Well, if you would like to give any piece of advice to a high school kid, a middle schooler, anybody, like what would you give? What would it be?
My advice would just to be confident in your abilities, and you're put in these situations because your coaches believe in you. And I think if your coaches ever start to get hard on you, they see potential in you and they just want you to be better. And I think embrace the challenges of preseason. Like that's like the part where you get to grind and become better. So during later parts of the season, like you can enjoy the winning of it.
That's so important because I thought during preseason, even in high school, college, that's when you bonded the most because it was so hard.
Yeah.
And you were still working to a common goal, but you would like leave the field and you'd be like, oh, that was really hard today. But I mean, it just makes you who you are. Those hard days make you who you are and who you want to be. So I think that's really important. I thank you for asking what my advice would be. I think
what would yours be?
I think life goes really fast. And to enjoy every stage of it. Like there's a special bond with the 4 years that you have with your friends in high school, you know, and then you go to college and you meet these new girls and they're your team, and then you don't forget about clearly your friends from the high school era, but it goes really fast. So enjoy every chapter of it. Like look how fast your freshman year went.
I know, so fast.
So enjoy your sophomore year. We expect huge things from you, Autumn. You're such a great player. Even more, you're just an awesome person. So we are so thankful you could come to the show today. We have a gift for you.
Ooh, a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You get a Steel Field Hockey
I love it.
And a lot of people don't have this yet, so
no, it has not been.
Family members, so this is
wear that in Ohio proudly.
Yes.
I also have a gift for you guys. I have some Ohio State ball placers for golf.
I love it.
I love it.
I told Autumn, I said, field hockey Ohio State is the only team I'll cheer for at Ohio State. So.
And what are we what are we going to do with these? We're going to try to start a little tradition.
I
right,
think
of
every
course?
guest we have on here, we're going to add something that they bring to the table. So as we progress with this podcast, we should have a table lined up of souvenirs from all of our guests, and you are our very
Wow.
first edition.
That's great. I love that.
First one. Well, for me, it's really, I'm so happy to see you from that 7-year-old girl to where you are now, and the sky is the limit for you. So
Absolutely. Well, you predicted it. She was going to be
That's
something
right.
amazing. So
maybe we'll do a next podcast. You say all the things you liked about me. It's
might be a short podcast.
A lot of Jared time in there.
I only got to coach you 1 year. That I missed out on, but I love getting to know you now, and I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys on the next podcast of No Obstruction. Tweet.